What's going on, everybody? It's Chris here from Friendly Frenzy Games, hopping into another episode of WrestleQuest. We're picking up where we left off yesterday, kind of plugging through a bit of Brink Logan's campaign here in the Frost Gnarl Thicket. With that, I don't know, we are on the Cold Calling quest. I know you guys can't see that because of my video overlay, but the whole idea with this one really is that we're slamming through Frost Gnarl Thicket, east of Pond Fork, and going to the town of Top Rope. So, gonna just continue plugging through this gameplay here. I'm really hoping that this game kind of picks up in pace. One of the things that I kind of mentioned towards the end of last episode is that it's definitely slower paced than I was expecting. I know obviously the whole idea is that it's a turn-based kind of quick time driven combat and story. It's a very text heavy story. It's interesting, I'll give it that. There is a lot of text. There is some cool kind of like throwbacks to, you know, some actual legitimate wrestling history, which is pretty cool. There's also some pretty good one-liners, but it does seem pretty slow to start, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit more sense of what the RPG elements actually are and kind of being able to add some strategy into this. Otherwise, I feel like it's been pretty bare bones so far. Haven't really needed a whole lot of strategy to really kind of get through these matches. So again, I'm hoping somewhere, some way along the line today, we're going to be able to incorporate some of that, make this a little bit more of a challenge, as I don't believe that I've seen there's a difficulty setting in this game either. There is some things that you can do to make this game even easier. It basically breaks the game. You can add invulnerability. You can add slower quick time events. So there's a couple of things that makes it a little bit more accessible, makes it a little easier for sure, but nothing to really increase the difficulty if that's something that you were interested in. But that's one thing that I would say in kind of the first 3 hours that we've spent with this game, is it does seem kind of slow. Again, I know that's kind of the idea behind some party-based RPGs, but you would figure then at that rate there would be a little bit more strategy involved in these. But again, we aren't really struggling through any of these fights at this point. We haven't really needed to use any items. So part of the appeal about slower games like this and RPG elements and all of that is just that element of strategy, and that's really yet to come into play. So I'm really hoping that this game steps it up in that, because it really is something that I was looking forward to, and one of the key drivers that makes this game ultimately different than any wrestling game you've played before. But we'll see how it goes here. I do enjoy the leveling up. It is fun to play. It's just a lot slower, I guess, than I was expecting. And I thought with some RPG elements that this would kind of turn on pretty quickly. There would be a lot going on, but it's been pretty slowly paced. I had actually seen somebody's Steam review saying that it feels like a constant tutorial. Maybe it is still, but it does kind of feel like you are just being led through, guided through. It does definitely feel, I can't say it enough, it definitely does feel like a slowly paced game. Maybe that's by design. I know it should ramp up somewhere along the line here, but even still, for an example like that, we have all of these different stats and stuff. Let me see if I can bring that up really quickly. Where's our team? So we have stats, but like I don't really know what like half of this actually does. Obviously, they have the description for all of this here, but like speed determines your initiative in combat. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think I personally just need to spend a little bit more time maybe with their WrestlePedia here. They don't really, I don't know why, especially for like status effects and what some of these stats actually do. I don't know why they didn't introduce those to you a little bit more clearly, especially since the tutorial was, you know, a big part of the early game. They kind of just send you off to do your own reading. They give you obviously all the tools, the WrestlePedia, but I don't know why there isn't a little bit more guidance in that, but it's nice to see that it's actually your speed that determines initiative, because I always wondered why it always keeps going to Celine, or even in our playthrough before when we were with Muchacho Man, he would never get initiative, but I guess it's because he has lower speed than other people on our team. So that makes sense. I guess you can kind of strategize a little bit that way, but again, you can't place your own stats. You're only picking your hype type and equipment. So there's still only so much that you can really kind of do there in terms of strategy. So we'll see how this continues to play out, kind of as I mentioned before here, but very curious to see if you guys have had an experience with this game, kind of how you're liking it, if it's what you expected, if it's not what you expected. Very curious to hear about your experiences with this game. Drop them in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm always genuinely interested to see and hear kind of what people are feeling about, you know, the content that we're producing, as well as the games that we're playing. We really enjoy conversing with you guys about the games that we're playing because, I mean, it just gives us one more thing to relate on, so it's always really, really cool. But you can see here, we don't have the slow quick time on here. Some of them are pretty quick or pretty tough to get, but the majority, like, they really aren't all that difficult. So we got a couple of gimmicks here. We only have the one gimmick for her. Saddle Sore. It's actually a pretty good move. It's like a spinning power bomb or something. I don't even know what that is, but just use a strike here to get rid of Luke. Nice. So he's in a fatigue state. We could pin him just to get rid of him. Might as well, I guess. Just to make this a 3-on-1. Somebody was complaining. I saw in like Steam comments, somebody was complaining about the like pinning minigame. I don't mind it, honestly. It's not a bad system. I'd rather just knock people out, because obviously the pinning minigame does slow things down a little bit, but we do a pretty good job in building hype with our other team. So like in our other story with the Muchacho Man, but these guys are pretty slow to build hype. But I wonder if that's just because we're all on the powerhouse. I'm not quite sure. What do we do here? Deals high damage and a chance to cause fatigue. Demotivated. Let's do fatigue. The wet work move. Nice. Okay, and we should be able to finish this off. Let's finish it off in style. We'll do an antler bomb. Sure. Probably could have and should have saved some attack power, but not too worried about it. We have a large amount of consumables in our inventory that we can use to get some health and get some attack power if we need it. Chances are we'll level up before we actually need to use those, so yeah, so we just leveled up on Stag Logan, so he's going to be completely full on his vitals again there, so that's really sweet. Okay, so he got a bunch of new moves, so that's really nice. Got another 4 moves here. One is obviously a single character move. We have 2 that were tag team, and then our Winter's Edge is a 3-team move, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm not actually sure if we've done any of those yet. Winter's Edge, cool. I think the thing with that, though, is our entire party has to be that level. I'm pretty sure Celine is still a level behind us, so we won't actually be able to set up for that yet. Okay, that's kind of nice. We got a slam shake. Oh, we got 2 slam shakes. Okay, sweet. Just keep working our way towards the objective. It's nice that they have a little mini-map in this game. This gives you the illusion that it's kind of like open world, free roam, whatever, but it's really not. It's still kind of guided and pretty linear in terms of getting to your objective, but okay, so starting with Celine again. You do Saddle Sore, that's really her only move, that and Strike, so pretty weak to start out with. I like my strategy currently has really. Whoa, that guy countered that? Did I miss my button or something? That's never happened before. They've never countered at the beginning. I'm gonna use the slap shot spread just to kind of get some splash damage on all of these guys. That's always kind of sweet when you can hit 3 people with 1 attack. They're gonna go after Celine because she's usually, yeah, she's got our lowest hit points. Okay, nice to have a chance to do some bounce back damage on that. Okay. I'm not sure who healed. That must have been him. Okay, so you can see we're starting to lose some hype. Celine doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but again, I still want to kind of make sure we can eliminate one of these guys here. I don't know how he missed that, or how she missed that. That guy's a beast all of a sudden. He's been countering everything that we put at him. Okay, we won't walk away from this one. Deals mega damage. Let's do wet work. I'm gonna put it on this guy, just so he stops countering everything. Wow, that didn't even kill him. But that should impair him. It looks like it probably gave him a bit of a status effect. I want to just see if we can get rid of this guy. I don't understand what that's all about. We keep getting experience penalties. I don't know why. Okay, so this is definitely stepping up difficulty, but I just don't know how it's going this way. All of a sudden, we are able to miss. Never had that happen before. But we're missing our plane strike, so I guess I just can't strike that dude. Let's try and go after Luke here before we waste too much time trying to get that bear in the middle. I'm gonna just end up with our moose guy. He can go through and do that hockey shot again, and we'll just do some splash damage to all these guys. It should eliminate the bear, at least one of them. But we've never had them counter us before, but we aren't generating really much hype at all. Counter, so I don't know how these guys are doing all these counter moves, but this bear is going ham with all these counters right now. Okay. Everybody's just doing... I don't know if the speed is really high or what. I don't know what we just got there, too. Okay, so she's not doing much. I'm going to get her to just pin so we can get rid of this guy on the end, and then we can really just mess with these bears. But it's nice to see that this has gotten harder all of a sudden. I have no idea why or where they're able to do all these counter moves, and all of a sudden we're missing all of our strikes on these bears. No idea where that came from, but it's nice to see that it can happen. But all of a sudden, even with that pin, we lost hype, so I'm not quite sure actually what's going on here. We're going to get 4 hype for taunting from Brink. He's going to do more damage on his next moves, but it's going to leave him open to attack here. Stag Logan. I don't really know what I want to do with him. I feel like if we just do a regular strike, we're going to get countered again, at least by that middle bear. I don't know if this guy down here is countering. It doesn't look like it. It's just that one in the middle for some reason. Every time we've tried to strike him, he's able to counter. So they're still just trying to target Celine. That's not really going to be a huge deal, though. We're up to a 3-on-1 now. I'm not going to try and strike him. If we do at least a gimmick, we'll get a little bit of hype, and I don't think we can miss this attack. So that's going to eliminate this guy as well. Okay, so we got 6 hype there, so that's cool. I have no idea how that went the way that it did. Again, it's nice to see that counters and stuff exist. I just don't know how all of a sudden they were able to like counter everything. I don't know if there was like a defensive stance or something that I was missing, but we'll see. Can I get up there? What's that wolf looking at me for? Okay. Okay. Start with a strike. I'm not going to strike that bear. Maybe we'll save him until the end. Just see if we can eliminate some of these weaker guys off the bat. Who do we got? We have a lot of attack power. Maybe I will try and see what this does. No, I don't want something that's going to use 28 attack power already. Let's try this. I don't know if I've ever tried this move. Nothing personal. We have to nail all 3 of our quick time buttons here to do massive damage. There we go. Didn't really do all that much, but it's nice to cause the demotivated. I still don't honestly know what that is. I think that decreases their damage, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go after this guy again with just some standard attacks here. I haven't seen this guy counter anything yet, so that's kind of nice. Got an achievement, not exactly sure what for, but somehow we lost hype. Lost 2 hype there. So I think we're going to need to start switching up our hype type, which is totally fine. I want to be able to turn this into a little bit more of a strategy game, so that's totally cool. It's just we haven't had much reason to at this point, but it looks like now they're going to kind of bring that on, which again, I'm totally cool with. Did we get hype for that? I can't tell. We can pin just to get this guy gone, so let's get him gone. I don't want to use Brink just because I'm pretty sure he's our highest damage dealer, but whoops. I do want to just make sure this guy's going to be gone while he's fatigued here. Awesome. Okay, so now it's a 3-on-2. Should make this much easier. I have not seen this dude, Cube Fang, actually counter anything yet or us miss strikes against him, so let's just see if we can eliminate him. We didn't, but okay. So we're losing hype for doing basic strikes now. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but I don't know if it's just because we've striked too much at this point. That's entirely possible. Let's do a tag gimmick then. See if we can get some cool stuff going here. So Brink should be able to do some moves here with Celine. Prepare for tag, or we could do Jewel Smasher. It's going to take 33 attack power, I think, just from Brink, but maybe it takes them from both. Let's get Polar Teddy gone. We got 7 hype here, so that's sweet. Ooh, I barely made that. Those are some quick times. But there we go. We got that bear knocked out here. One thing, and I know I had mentioned it in our last video, I really do wish that they would have like that kind of health bar above our enemies' heads, just so we would know kind of where their health is at by the time, you know, we have done our damage. I don't understand why that's not a permanent thing. It's not even something that you can turn on from what I've seen in terms of settings, but that would let you know whether or not you basically need a strike to finish them off or to actually use a gimmick. Okay, that's cool. New gimmicks earned. She got a lot of new moves. She's now available to do this Winter's Edge, so obviously our 3-team move, that's going to be really cool. And in the Muchacho kind of storyline, while we were messing around in the Boxwood Junkyard there was a lot of breakable objects, and you were able to carry your hype through, but I don't know what breakable objects would be in this, unless it's like the snowman, but it doesn't look like you can beat those up, so I don't think that's the answer. I know we have our objective down there, but I'm just kind of on the lookout for these treasure chests. You never really know what you can find. Sometimes you can find some pretty cool gear. At this point, we haven't actually found any equipment. It's just been some consumables, so nothing really crazy there. Okay, top rope is just up ahead. So is the cold front then. Time to execute on phase 2 then. Come on, guys. Let's go do this for LF Font. Let's do this for the family. Vin Diesel, doing it for the family. Cool. Okay, so world map. Laser sight, we got 10 critical hits, nailed it. We nailed 200 button prompts during combat. So those are the 2 achievements that we got last time. That's cool. This is Frost Gnarl Thicket. Okay, so we're on a world map right now. Here's the town of Top Rope. So we're going to pop in and see what's going on here. Alright, guys, we made it. Time to find Cold Front. Yeah, and have a polite conversation with them, eh? You know it. Have a polite conversation with Cold Front. So I don't exactly know what Cold Front is. Likely it is maybe the boss. Probably very similar to fighting Slimy on our Muchacho campaign, but we'll see. Who's this guy? Root Shooter, man. Cold Front really made it so frigid. My sap is about to freeze. Maybe you should warm up by the campfire. Is that supposed to be funny? I guess not. Plastic Tornado. There's only one stable that delivers non-stop barometric action. Cold Front. Oh, okay, so that's a stable. That's sweet. Tempest. Cold Front. Cold Front. And remember, the only place for atmospheric carnage and high pressure entertainment is the Weather Wrestling Alliance. Alright, they look cool. And cut. Great job, guys. I want to get another take, this time with all 3 of you saying Weather Wrestling Alliance together. When you're so used to like actual wrestling kind of factions, companies, promotions, it's so hard to like transition and say what this game has created for them. Oh, look, it's Brink Logan and his kid sister. I guess that's the family dog, too. We need to talk. Oh, boys, you guys are in for it now. Time for some polite words as we tighten our gloves. Sorry, but the storm you're causing for the promo is disrupting an important event for our promotion. Would it be too much to ask for you guys to postpone the promo, please? Oh, buddy, you got to know that this is not going to go anywhere. That was it? I must be on a different wavelength. There's no way we're postponing anything. Yeah, we think today is the perfect day for a promo, even if it does interfere with Snow Slamania. Take a hike, Logans. We're not changing a thing. How about we wrestle for it? Nice. You want to wrestle us? A cross-promotion fight? You sure you can make those kinds of calls without your daddy's approval? I'm talking a shoot match. No crowds, no cameras, just us in the ring. You guys are in for some meteorological mutilation. Ooh, some big words from the guy who looks like A-Train. Nice. Let's go. Sick music for this. Apparently there was no crowds except for this one that's along the bottom of the screen, but it's all good. It is what it is. Okay, so obviously we could stand to benefit from some increased attack power from Brink Logan and Stag. We're in some kind of rough shape here, but let's start this off with a strike. Let's see who we got going on here. I don't know who looks the weakest. We'll just pick. Kind of get an idea of the damage that we do to these guys. Okay. It was maybe like a quarter of damage there. We got a little bit of hype, so that's kind of nice. Again, I always like to target one single person and see if we can turn this into a handicap match as quickly as possible. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, but I feel like if you have 3 people generating hype to 2, it's a pretty good start at least. That guy, oh, I should have put that Blaze Gem. I forgot we got the Blaze Gem on. Wow, they're doing a triple tag. They're doing a triple tag move already. Oh, damn. That was cool. Brink Logan got beat up there. Okay, so it's flipped to us. I want to... I think she does a heal. That's cool. Set yourself for a vicious counter maneuver. Oh, dope. Okay, so... Okay. Are we gonna have... We shouldn't have enough to do a triple tag. Yeah, we need 82 attack power. Wow. That's not gonna happen. Okay. So we would be able to do it with her, but I think she needs to finish the move, and obviously she can't. So, what do I need to do here? I thought she had a heal. Apparently she doesn't. On Brink Logan's turn, we're going to need to kind of boost his hit points. We have damage down. We lost quite a bit of hype there. Let's just do a gimmick here. Cage Rattler. Get inside their head. Taunting gives. No, I want to do a little bit of damage. Let's do Saddle Sore. We're going to do it on Plastic Tornado here. We got 2 hype because it's a gimmick move. Probably more than we would have gotten if it was just a strike. Realistically, we probably could have eliminated him on a strike, but at least the extra hype is going to get us kind of moving in the right direction here. I don't know what happens now. Maybe I'm going to use this just to test because I need to heal with Brink. 300 HP. Sure. Put it on Brink. Okay. Use an item during combat. That's apparently the first time we've done that. So nice to get that achievement. I'm gonna leave that guy in the down state and just see if that takes him out of next turn, and then we'll know whether or not they have to be pinned in the current turn or what happens there. I'm not exactly sure. Let's get striking again. Switch it over to Seismic Thunder here. Okay, did a little bit of burn damage. So they're doing way cooler moves than us. That's why we keep losing hype. That's fair. We didn't get hype by that. Okay, so he's still out of commission, but he's got to be pinned now. So let's get this guy done. Plastic Tornado. Let's get him gone. Generated 2 hype here for pinning, so that's cool. Nice. So he's gone. That's really kind of sweet. We're low on attack power here, so I want to just make sure we're going to get a little bit of hype back. But it seems like generating hype, like I said, I don't know if it's just because this group is way slower than the Muchacho team, but generating hype is way more important with this group of people than it was with our first ones here. So it's going to be more important that we're using attack power. I like it though, like I said, like this is getting to be a lot more strategic all of a sudden. It's turned on quite a bit. I'm going to do Antler Bomb just because it's going to leave us some attack power to do it again if we need it. Nice. Got 11 hype there. I think that's probably because we knocked him out. I'm not quite sure. Got a butt mash. Ooh, okay. Nice. We can use her to pin. Okay, I guess we can. Might as well. We're going to have to switch the hype type going forward now, which is totally fine. We're using her as like our pinner. So that's fine. Awesome. These guys are going to be our damage dealers. I can't do anything with just 5 attack power, so that's fine. We're going to just strike. We're not really going to get... We did get a little bit of hype, so that's cool. I didn't think we were going to get that much, but... Okay. I'm just going to strike here, too. Got 2 hype, so we're back into earning some additional slam bucks, so that's kind of nice. Obviously, the least beneficial of your hype, but... It'd be sweet if you were able to get that kind of bounce back quick time if it would give you additional hype. But do Saddle Sore. Only 2 hype though, so that's really not much. Good amount of damage though. Counter. Soften. So we probably just take additional damage, I would imagine. Shouldn't really be a big deal though. We're gonna strike him and just get him gone.
The expert of execution.
Nice. Okay. Use Stag to pin this guy. Get a little bit of hype there. There we go. Nice. Okay, we got a good amount of money there. We got a couple of different items, so all in all, that's very cool. Looks like we got 3 kind of defensive items. I don't remember exactly what the key does, so Snow, I'm not exactly sure what that is. But we got a good amount of money and a good amount of experience, so this should send us over the edge here. This should be awesome. You can see we are, I don't even know what levels we are, but we'll get an idea here. We went from level 5 to level 7 on Stag, so that's huge. We're going to get a lot more attack power, a lot more hit points, so that's cool. Got some new moves here, Surf and Turf, Burst Crusher, very cool. So some new tag moves. Celine is level 7 now. I don't know why she didn't get the triple team, but maybe that's only with other characters. But we did get Burst Crusher with Brink and Stag. So we're not going to be able to do that because, we're not going to be able to do it with this current setup of our stable, only because obviously Celine did not unlock that. But oof, looks like our predictions were off. Just goes to show you can't trust the weatherman. Okay. Call off the filming for the rest of the day? Yeah, we'll call it off. Just get out of top rope. Gladly. Thank you, guys. Hey, Brink. Yes? Nice wrestling in there. You really are the expert of execution. Okay. Someone get me a cold pack. I've got a bruise the size of a storm front. Okay, forecast victory. Defeat cold front. Awesome. Brink Logan. All right, time to get home and tell Pa the good news. Let's go tell him. Actually, before that, though, because I'm going to forget, I want to just kind of reevaluate where everything is now with our team. We obviously got some inventory items, so hopefully we can set this up and we'll do a little better in these fights going forward. I am a little bit more invested in this game all of a sudden just because those last couple of matches were much more difficult. Again, we haven't really had to contest with counters too much. We haven't really ever had to face, like, missing. I guess maybe that's because the guy, that bear, was set up for counterattacks. It makes us miss a strike if that's what we choose to do. So just some different elements that have been introduced to us in playing through this, which makes it exciting because, again, like, I want this to be, if it's going to be a slow game, I want to be able to use some strategy, so that's really cool. Tremor singlet, deluge singlet, that's all sick. It's going to decrease everybody's power, though, so those are really no big deal. Oh, but they also have... Okay, so I have to pay actually a little bit more attention to that too, because it doesn't really tell you on your stats settings here, unless you read the description. I wish it would show actually, like, under the stat outlines there what, like, you know, like, what other benefits it gives you. Obviously, this Wrestler One Piece is an armor rating of 15 and an additional power of 1. But things like this, so like Tremor Singlet, you can't quake in your boots if you aren't wearing any, armor rating of 40, and provides immunity to stun. So we would lose 1 power, but we're going to get a lot more armor rating, our defense rating, and provides stun immunity. So that's amazing, actually. I was looking at these, and I'm like, none of these singlets are better than what we're wearing, but yeah, they are. I kept seeing like the power down, but that really doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. So let's put, I guess it really kind of depends. Provides immunity to softened. I'm pretty sure softened is like our defensive stuff here. So provides immunity to stun. We'll put on Celine, perfect. And then I'm gonna put immunity to stun. Let's put that on Brink. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I can... Okay, Winter Guns. Oh, I should have had this on. We got this a long time ago, I feel like. Maybe not. But that's amazing. That alone just doubled our attack damage here. Our weapon rating, yeah, went from 18 to 30. Amazing. Okay. I really got to be looking. Blizzard Belt. I don't know when we got this. I think just right now. Awarded to the Weather Wrestling Champion. Armor rating of 16. Immunity to water and electric damage. And increases speed. Cool. Okay. So everybody's got combat boots. Okay. We'll put her with a Blaze Gem as well. I don't know if we're going to have anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So once I kind of figure out, I'm going to need to spend some time maybe off camera and go through what the Wrestlepedia actually, you can go through all the status effects and stuff. And once I understand what those are, we can probably tweak that a little bit more. So I'm starting to see now, especially with some of these kind of more advanced pieces of equipment, where the strategy and where the synergizing is going to become kind of more important, which, I mean, honestly, for RPG games is really at the core of like the strategy element. So that's going to be actually really cool. Obviously, we have Brink Logan as Powerhouse. They're all Powerhouse right now. So attacking generates 1 hype, okay? Defeating but not pinning an enemy generates 5 hype. So that's actually really important, especially because we did so many pins this last time. That's why we weren't getting the additional 5 hype. It was really just no big deal. Getting a critical hit generates 10 hype. So that's really cool. And... yeah, that's sweet, but like I don't know how you actually get crit hits. This would be really good. We're going to need to make use of taunting more, but we get 10 hype if we do it. Nailing button presses during combat generates 3 hype. That's really good. After taunting, though, all friendly units take an extra 50% damage for 1 turn. So that wouldn't be... Actually, yeah, it wouldn't really make a difference. I was going to say it wouldn't be so bad on if it's somebody who ended your turn, but I mean, it's leaving you susceptible to attack because it's going to flip over to the opposing team anyways. So... Using healing or buffing gimmicks generates 3... Okay, that's cool. 3 additional hype. Healing a fatigued unit generates 5. Reviving a fallen unit generates 10. We still don't really have any attacks that are going to let us buff or revive, at least on this team right now, so I don't want to use Sidekick. Technician. Nailing button presses during combat. Okay. This one actually sounds pretty good, especially for right now. Nailing button presses during combat generates 3 hype. So I think this would be really good to have it on whoever is our slowest person, just because they're going to have a chance to kind of clean up. Actually, probably on our weakest person, I think. Whoever's doing the least amount of damage, if we can keep the damage on the table and use them to pin, they're going to be our hype generator. I think that'd be really good. And they'll be... Okay, that's awesome. I gotta look at stats real quick here. Let's see. Stats. Okay, Brink Logan. So who does our least amount of damage? So it's Celine right now. I think she's probably our quickest, so it means she's gonna still start our she's going to still start our turn. But if the opposing player, if they get downed and like it still takes them out of the turn, we don't have to necessarily pin on that same turn. It's not that big a deal. So we're going to put Technician on her. Her normal attacks deal 15% less damage, but I mean, that's not really a huge deal. She's already not doing much damage anyways. We want to have her be our hype generator. I think that'd be really cool. Inflicting a debuff, pinning an enemy, dealing bonus gen. Okay. Okay, that's cool. She, as long as she has, I think I put that blaze gem on her too, so she's going to be doing elemental damage, so she will still generate some hype, so that's sweet. That's good. So that's a pretty good setup for right now. We're going to keep Brink, I think, with Powerhouse. Acting while under fatigue or a debuff generates hype. Acting while a friendly unit is KO'd generates hype. Stopping an opponent from generating or from pinning you. So we don't really feel like we're in these situations all that much, so there's no point in picking the underdog yet. We could maybe keep Stag as Powerhouse for now, because I don't really want everybody taking an additional 50% damage. That is a lot. So it's either we put him... We could. He does elemental damage right now too, so his normal attacks are going to do 15% less damage, but dealing bonus elemental damage is going to generate hype. So right now he's using a blaze gem. Maybe it makes more sense to give him Technician as well, and we'll just have... Okay, yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. So Stag and Celine are both Technician now, and we've kept Brink as Powerhouse only because he doesn't do elemental damage. And if we can make him kind of like our knockout specialist, obviously he's doing the most damage anyways, so at this point, I mean, he won't be pinning. He'll be knocking people out. I think that'll be really cool. Every time he attacks, we're generating hype with him. Every time we knock somebody out, we're generating hype with him. We just got to figure out how to get some critical strikes. His gimmicks cost an additional 10% attack power, so striking with him is going to be a little bit more beneficial. But maybe spending the additional attack power towards the end of a round just to knock these people out and keep generating hype is going to be important. We got a lot of money, but we haven't really come into any... areas to be able to spend it on this team, so we'll have to see here. Obviously they have that like how do you get to the world map? I don't know, like they do have like the medics and stuff here, but there's no other shops that I've seen yet. Obviously though, our main quest objective at this point is to go back to our parents' house here and tell them the good news, as if they couldn't tell right now that the weather stopped. Okay, apparently I missed that. It's out over here still somewhere. What the hell is going on? World map. I have to go through Frostnarl, do it now. Okay. So why does it keep telling me to go backwards now? Okay. For some reason it was a weird way of telling me I got to do an elevation change here, but I'm gonna keep ripping through here. Okay, that makes way more sense. I'm hoping we'll be able to spend some of this money here. We can continue tweaking our gear. I'm liking that though. Like that was a lot more thinking than we've had to do basically for the first, or than we had to do in our first 3 hours of this game. So I really appreciated those fights a lot more. Obviously, okay, I can start to see where some of this strategy and stuff is going to come into play. So you can see here, here's the map for Pond Fork. This is obviously where our parents live. So here's some of the stores. I don't know if this is a shop. Okay, it is. I remember this guy from the demo. I love this town. Such a love for wrestling here. You know, I used to be a wrestler. You can't spell Wendigo with Wendigo without win, right? Okay. Settle down, bud. Just show me what you got to sell, my guy. Okay, I can't buy anything here. Alright. There's this friggin' Sputnik guy. Whatever his name is. Look at all these people? I already talked to that dude. Okay, so I want to just pop into this store just to see if there's anything quickly we can... Yo, that dude looks sick. What's this guy's deal? Northern exposure. It's not frostbite, it's skin training, buddy. You gotta be tough if you want to wrestle. Okay, good talking to you. Okay, so it looks like we should be able to buy something in here. This tree is running the shop. I've got more deals than leaves. Take a look. Alright, what do you got? Alrighty then. So even though it's a different story, it looks like it's the same kind of shop inventory for the most part here. It's nice to see that like you're basically being able to do a live kind of comparison for like how it would affect stats at the bottom right there, so that's really cool. Obviously this action figure Speedo would really help Stag and Celine. The attack rating would go up by 2. This goes up actually considerably. The utility belt, plus we also get a gimmick from that, so that's really cool. The biggest thing is you always, especially like really in any RPGs, you're looking to kind of get really good base rating equipment, but you're looking for those additional stat lines. You're looking for additional skills. You're looking for like elemental damage or resistances to things. That's going to be really important. Look like an action hero without actually being okay. So this increases power and attack rating, so that's cool. This is obviously a piece of headgear. Okay, hockey helmet. Prevents sleep and stun. Ooh. Okay, so that's actually really awesome. Okay. Provides immunity to demotivated. Okay. I'm not sure where all of those things actually slide into. Hockey helmet would be amazing for Celine and for Brink. I don't know who has stun immunity actually right now, though. We should see. Because that's going to kind of change how we look at things. If Stag already has that hockey helmet and he's immune to sleep and stun, like that's... I don't really need to... Where is inventory here? Equipment. What do you got, Stag? Wrestler One Piece. Okay. So he's already immune to stun. Okay. Immunity to softened. But he's immune. Prevents sleep and stun. It's not immune, but it prevents. Okay. That's good to know. Power is increased by 2. So if he's our main power guy, I want to keep damage on him, but I think we buy a helmet, a hockey helmet for Celine. I think that'll be important. So let's go ahead and do that. Hockey helmet for Celine. She doesn't need power. But we'll buy that and put that on. Oh, I can equip from here already. Amazing. Okay, so that's that. Hammer Fist can only be put on Brink here, but obviously we have a weapon that does better than that. Worn Out Shoe isn't going to help anybody. Combat Boots isn't going to help anybody. Action Figure Speedo. I'm assuming that this is... Oh, it's for lower body. Okay. So this is going to be better. The utility belt is better because it's higher armor rating by 3 and gives a smoke bomb gimmick. That's awesome for both Celine and Stag. Let's just see what they actually currently have. I want to make sure that we're not going to be... Okay, they just don't have anything, so that's going to be important as well then. So we're going to buy 2 utility belts for both of them. Whoop. I think that'll be really good. Awesome. So we got them kitted out now. I don't know if there's any slots that we're missing on these guys. Brink has the elbow pad, which gives him what? That gives him armor rating of 1, so it's really not that good. They have a blaze gem that's giving elemental damage, so that's cool. I think if we could find Brink something that's gonna give him damage instead of 1 armor rating as the accessory, or something that's gonna help keep him immune to things. Armor rating of 20, but there's no other benefit to that. get one. Okay, that's probably just... Oh, the cape. Okay, that's cool. That would be better for Brink right now than 1 armor rating. This is 2 charisma and 5 bonus AP. Okay, that's good because right now our attack points are more, or sorry, our gimmicks cost more attack points than normal. Provides immunity to demotivated. That's really good too though. What is demotivated? Let me just quickly check what that is. Wrestlepedia, status effects, demotivated. Prevents the unit from using gimmicks. Oh. Okay then. That's actually very good to know. Okay, maybe we get that for him because we want the ability to use gimmicks when we want to use them. I'm gonna give him this. That's really good. What does charisma do? Let's just check our stats real quick. Charisma. Affect how fast the hype meter fills. Oh, that's really good. Okay. So it gives us charisma and what? And 5 AP. Okay, maybe we just do that. Maybe we'll do that. Give it to Brink. That's cool. Okay. Sell. Yeah, there's no point in keeping those, I don't think. Elbow pad, basic hand. I wish it would tell you, like, who can use these items here. But whatever, that's fine. Okay. So we still have a good amount of money, actually, because we went and sold all of that. Removes demotivated from the target. Okay, that's actually going to be really good, because that can kind of get us out of a pinch if ever we need to be able to use gimmicks. Script change. With the right storyline, even death is only an inconvenience. That's awesome. So these are like a couple of get-out-of-jail-free cards. Let's buy a couple of these. Buy 5 of those. Buy 1 of those. Still have 2,500 bucks, and then we bought a couple of items that we can use now too, so that's kind of sweet. Obviously, we aren't really using items all that much, but I'm hoping that those are going to be able to get us out of a pinch if we end up in one. See if we can finish up this quest here. Go tell Ma and Pa the good news. The hell is your deal, brother? Live in Calgary, but I was born in Pawn Fork. Mom and Dad carved me right out of the backseat of a dog sled. Who's this dude? Gerard, the completionist. How do I warm in this weather? Completing games and covering up with a beard, of course. Okay. Okay. Too much going on in this area. We're here to go ice fishing and watch wrestling. And ice fishing season is over. So he's all out of bubblegum. Not sure how many treasures are in here. I feel like we've looked a little bit every time we come here and we haven't found one. Maybe there's only one in here, I'm not sure. Oh my. Okay. Gonna meet these guys in the conference room. Come on, Ma and Pa, we're all good. Brink, Celine, you're back. And we noticed the storm has abated. Impressive. Guys, you did it. You saved Snow Slamania. We can't thank you enough. That's what we're here to do. No need to thank us. Anything for family business. Go on, there's still much to do before the show tonight. Okay. What are you doing back here? Don't you want to watch the match from ringside? Nah, that has to be out front with LF, so I figured I would man the board in case something needs to be adjusted. Camera angles back here help me analyze the match and look for improvements. Oh, I thought maybe being that close to those smug hag boys would be too much to bear. You're pretty perceptive for a moose. Not trying to let it bug me. It's still great for our promotion to have guys go up in the big time. Just wish Look on the bright side, eh? At least you won't have to see them around here anymore. Anyways, I was just checking on you. I'll see you back at the house for the after party. Simple objective, I go home. I thought that was my home. Oh, we're at the stadium now. Angry Joe. Did you see that fast count on the match last night? They done reffed it up. I heard he was in this game. I didn't actually know that he was, but I don't know. Some people are fans, some people aren't. I personally, that's one of the things that got me into watching gaming content on YouTube was Angry Joe. Some people think he's a little bit much, but honestly, I think he's just different enough to keep me interested. So I appreciate a good Angry Joe content. The Angry Joe Army. Okay, so we're going back to this conference room here. All right. Dad must be proud. He certainly is, of the whole promotion and of you and your brother. I think he could show... Look at these damn hike boys. I'd like to propose a toast to the wonderful Logan family and all their work with North Country Wrestling, the NCW. Pa and NCW have had a long-standing relationship of mutual talent, sharing, and development. It's true, our wrestlers know they may have the opportunity to move up to PA, so they all do their best to impress and give every match their all. Speaking of impressing, I was more than pleased with what I saw here tonight. Today I witnessed true selflessness, true dedication, not to personal ambitions, but to the spirit of wrestling itself. Today I saw heart. I don't remember taking anyone's heart out. Do you, Flars? 9. We did the fireplace heart punch 2 weeks ago. Brink, come over here, son. That's me. What you did today to save Snow Slamania was more impressive than any body slam or pinfall in the arena. It's dedication like yours that we need in the big time, that we need to show wrestling fans across the whole toy room. What? 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 Stone Cold, let's go! How do you like to come up and wrestle in PA? I mean, I guess. Sir, I don't know what to... Don't worry, I wouldn't want to split up the honest buck. Stag can come too. Alright. Screw you, Celine. So, Brink, what will it be? With that, Brink makes his first steps into PA, but what of Muchacho Man? Will holding the BEW title open a door to that lofty promotion? Obviously, Brink was leaps and bounds ahead of where we were with Muchacho Man. We're still fighting our way out of a junkyard over here. But I think, guys, it's a good place to wrap this episode. We're going to pick this one up with the next piece of Muchacho Man's story. So looking forward to that. Again, hopping into this one, I was a little worried that we were going to kind of end off or start kind of into where we ended off in yesterday's episode, and just feeling that the game was very slow. I will kind of come full circle, though, and admit that there was a lot more strategy involved in today's episode than there was in any gameplay that we've experienced to date, so I'm really appreciating that they're starting to mix some more elements of that in. I'm starting to see where we can kind of integrate a little bit of strategy, a little bit of synergizing, because this is really what I came to kind of pop into and explore. Really excited now to kind of get that ball rolling even further and really start seeing what kind of tweaks we can personally make, especially since you can't place your own stats. I think it's going to be heavily reliant on now equipment, and your hype type, and just building the party the way you want to build it. Obviously, too, we have our stables, I guess, fully built. We haven't really had a chance to interact with managers and stuff yet, and we have only kind of opened up a couple of characters kind of per story. So it's going to be really cool to see kind of how we can interchange some of our stable members and how we can kind of synergize to match our play style, and then just really kind of start tweaking them out to become more efficient and to be able to kind of speed these fights up. That's going to be really fun to watch that develop. But again, I have more hope now than I did at the end of last episode for this game, so I'm hoping that that continues. Stick around for the next episode and see if it does. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a like. If you learned anything, if you were entertained by it, please give it a like. Drop any comments in our comment section. Maybe you have questions, drop them too. Let us know how you're enjoying the game. If you're playing it, maybe you're just kind of watching alongside us playing the game. That's totally cool too. But again, if you have any comments or have any questions, definitely let us know. If you haven't subscribed to our Friendly Frenzy Games YouTube channel, definitely make sure you do that as well. Got a whole bunch of gaming content on there already. Going to continue pumping out games like this. Obviously, much more WrestleQuest to come, as well as a couple other games that we're working on kind of along this timeline here. So again, guys, I've been Chris from Friendly Frenzy Games. Hope everybody has a fantastic day, and looking forward already to seeing you in the next one.